Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the February 20th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I think that was 3. I lost track. Today is my wonderful stepmother's birthday. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. And I am thinking about her today very lovingly. I'm going to take a minute to look this over. The question of the day is how has applying Al-Anon principles in my life changed how I interact with people? The passage begins by saying that this person realizes that they're powerless over whether the alcoholics in their life drink or not. And Al-Anon encourages this person to change what they can. They realize that they have a higher power and the fellowship to help them manage the effects of this disease. This person finds this very helpful, that they're never alone. And this person also gets much comfort from knowing that everyone has a higher power. Their loved ones, alcoholic or not, have a higher power. And that higher power is there for everyone when we ask for help. Today's reminder talks about the ripple effect that every positive change we make in our interactions with others and it makes things much better. I feel like I said that in a very awkward way, but I think you know what I mean. The quote is from the suggested Al-Anon Alateen Welcome. And it says, the family situation is bound to improve as we apply the Al-Anon Alateen ideas. So applying the principles in my life has considerably improved the way I interact with others. I've got to say, I can still be it's just my nature. I can be very awkward, quirky, I guess. And my mind is always in different places, But what Al-Anon has helped me do is to not take things personally and to have compassion for myself and for others. With a true understanding, like I am 100% bought into the idea that everyone is doing the best they can. I am 100% in on that. So with that firmly implanted in my heart, that impacts the way I interact with people. And it doesn't mean I don't get, disturbed by what other people do or don't get angered, but it means that I see that they are a complex individual with their own stuff, and that even if they're doing something that I don't want them to do, in that moment, they are doing the best they can. So it just kind of takes it. Like I said, it doesn't keep me from being angry, but it kind of keeps that edge off of like jumping off the cliff, like, because it's just the truth to me. They're doing the best they can. It's not what I want them to do, but it is what it is, and I have to make the best of it. And I want to say that I continually strive to improve. Continually. There's so much beautiful work to be done. All right, I'm going to read this passage. And it's got a tab on it. This is about accepting that we don't have to accept unacceptable behavior, that we don't have to tolerate violence or abuse. It's amazing to learn that we actually have choices. This person realizes that after they did a lot of work in their program and no longer set up some boundaries so they weren't accepting unacceptable behavior, or that whole situation improved, they were accepting a lot less unacceptable behavior. They realized that that they themselves were giving themselves unacceptable behavior. So they weren't accepting it from other people, but they were getting it from themselves because they were continually berating themselves, blaming themselves for things, telling themselves that they were stupid, etc. And we would never say those things to a friend. So when we treat ourselves like we would treat others, our recovery improves. And today's reminder, we've been affected by a disease of attitudes, but when we treat ourselves well with love, we know that we're recovering. And the quote is from the Upanishads, and it's saying, be careful what you think, because what you think you become. Ooh, that's a good one. So today I got my taxes done, and new CPA, because my longtime CPA is retiring, and I needed to find somebody else. So finding someone else was task of its own. I finally met this person today, brought the paperwork in, had a 15-minute meeting with him, left. He finished the taxes within like an hour. I had no idea it was going to be done the same day. So I actually went back and paid him and signed the papers. And turns out that somewhere along the way, my CPA, or the person that I have some investments with, somebody didn't mention to me that I should be paying quarterly taxes. So, or I should have had more withheld from my pension, which is what I ended up doing today. I ended up doing the paperwork to have more withheld from my pension. So, the first thing I thought of was, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I should have known that this was a thing. I should have known, and it's really not that big a deal. I just pay it. But like I don't know, the whole idea of my new CPA saying, uh, basically like someone missed this, and of course the truth is, see, now that I'm talking about it, now that I'm thinking about it, more than thinking about it, now that I'm talking about it, because once I say it, like all the BS comes unraveled in my head. I love that. Other things changed too. Tax laws changed. So things that I was able to deduct in the past, I could not deduct this year. So, like I said, it's not a huge deal. It's not really a problem. I just, and the 4 agreements, that book I just read, one of them is don't take things personally. And what's the first thing I do? Think to myself that I'm stupid. Well, you know what it was. People talk in their industrial lingo, whatever their industry is. So he's a CPA, so he's asking me this and that and this and that. And I have no idea what he's talking about. I am not a CPA. I am not an accountant. I am not in the financial world. I don't know. That's why I go to him. So ultimately, it means nothing. It's all fine. And actually, as I was coming back from the post office, because what I did was I went to the CPA, I came home. He contacted me, so I went back to the CPA, which is close to home. It's not a big deal. Came home. Realized I had to fill out this form because he said, look into it. So I looked into it to increase my federal withholdings and went online, found the form, found the help with filling out the form and to see how much extra I needed to take out. Completed the form, put the form in the envelope, brought it to the post office, mailed it, in the post office, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable, including me, using like just outside mailboxes anymore. Like you have to go into the post office. Came home, like it was like a whole day thing. But on my way home, I was thinking, you did it. You did it. You handled it all. And now this won't happen again next year because you're making sure it won't. So there you go. It's really nothing. Which is very cool, because honestly, before I started making this video, I was like, I don't even feel like making videos. I'm stupid. Isn't it ridiculous? It's so ridiculous how, I don't know, do you talk to yourself that way? I mean, it's just ridiculous the way I talk to myself sometimes. It's comical. It's so unnecessary and so unhelpful and so unproductive. And I'm working on it. And I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you what else. Right before the post office that I went to is a Dunkin' Donuts. And when I tell you that I enjoy a small frozen coffee with no whipped cream, I mean, I really enjoy it. And there was a part of me that was like, I'm going to go get that frozen iced coffee, and then I'm going to go to the post office. And so what if I don't sleep well tonight because I had caffeine in the afternoon and, am not used to even eating in the afternoon because I'm usually done by then. So I was like ready to like sabotage my whole thing, but I didn't. I didn't. And part of the reason why I didn't is because I think I'm growing and I'm learning. And the other thing is, as I was leaving the house, my alarm went off for the 2 o'clock meditation with Pam. It's not really with Pam Gregory. It's with everyone in the world who wants to meditate. It's just something, it has nothing to do with technology. You just stop what you're doing and meditate. But I was walking out the door. So in my car, I was saying that mantra, we are welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And I'm driving, and I'm pissed at myself. And I've got these ideas of sabotage and self-sabotage, and I'm stupid. But in the middle of that, I'm saying we're welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And I'm saying, please, God, help me. Oh my God, please help me. We're welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And I parked in the post office. Well, first I parked, there was like a really faded handicap marker there. So I parked in the wrong spot. Then I had to back out, and I'm mumbling to myself, not good signage. I'm saying it out loud like such a grump, such a grump. So I repark the car, and I get out, and I walk into the post office, and I mail my letter, and I'm noticing that it stopped raining, and it's not windy, and it's in the 40s, which is not too bad for this time of year. And I get back in my car, and not to mention that the person who's also mailing something is walking with a cane and seems to be having a difficult time of it. And I'm feeling very grateful for being able to walk. And in the back of my head, I'm saying we're welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And I said it all the way home. And I didn't go to Dunkin' Donuts. And I took care of what I needed to take care of. So I guess I'm not so stupid after all. I'm okay. I'm just like everybody else, just doing the best I can. The end. We'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.